Catching up with Gordon Shedden post round one for the Kwik Fit British Touring Car Championship, and Flash has just come back from a very successful Donington Park where we saw you taking a third, a first and a ninth, and that in a touring car weekend is a good haul of points. How was the mood? Well, how are you first of all, and what's the team like?
Yeah, I mean, the season starts really not my forte, so 44 points out of the first weekend is absolutely mega. Quite happy with that. Second in the championship. And yeah, overall it was a cracking weekend. I don't think anybody knew what to expect. The introduction of the new hybrid era brought so many questions before the weekend. But I think now having had the chance to kind of look back at it, it absolutely added to the racing. From a personal point of view, it was really interested in the deployment, whether it was in attack or defence, and how people kind of used it as the weekend went on. So yeah, all in all, obviously a fantastic weekend points wise, but a great weekend of racing all round as well.
Now you're saying the hybrid's kind of attack or defence. Where about in the lap is it good to use it? Is it on the straights, or is it corner exit, or is it a certain point of speed that you have to use it on?
Yeah, so we've got a variety of parameters that we can and can't use it. So basically we can't use it below 120 kilometres an hour.
Which is?
So it's somewhere through third gear,
yeah.
so somewhere between third and fourth gear. And that's to limit any performance advantage from a rear-wheel drive car coming off a hairpin. So obviously that's the same for everybody. You've got to be on more than 20% throttle, and you're not allowed to use it on the first lap of the race. So there's quite a lot going on in terms of when you use it. Everyone's still finding their feet. And I think it was quite interesting over the weekend to see different cars using it in different places. Our strategy looked like it was okay, in terms of where we think we should use it. But I'm sure that'll change as the season goes on as well.
And how important is it to get a victory in that first round? How good is that? Because I don't want to be cheeky. Victories were difficult to come by last year, but to do it in round one, get that box ticked, good feeling?
Yeah, mega. And it took till round 8 at Donington last year to get that double win in one weekend. So Donington is a good hunting ground for me. I mean, I think that's now 11 touring car victories I've got at Donington alone. So it's probably my most successful circuit. So it's good to get that one on the board. But more importantly than that, the car feels good. It feels a lot more like my car. It took us a little bit to get it to where I wanted it last year, but the form from the end of last year was really strong, and obviously we seem to have carried that over into the start of this year. So yeah, all good.
And you moved to the Brands Hatch Indy circuit for round number 2. A very tight kind of circuit where overtaking's difficult, qualifying's important. You go well at Brands Hatch, so it's a circuit you must look forward to going to, but also you've got to look at how the hybrid's going to work for you in qualifying.
Yeah, and by virtue of my championship position, I think I get about a second and a half of hybrid boost every lap, so that's not going to really count for anything. And obviously there'll be a lot of cars there with 15 seconds worth of hybrid boost. So, joking apart, I think qualifying will be quite tough. But this is going to be a championship where that's the case. You're going to have to pick and choose your battles and score when you can. So, it's about maximising all 3 results at Brands. Like I said, qualifying will be tough, but we'll do the best we can, and hopefully as the day goes on, it begins to come our way.
But when your tail's up, as yours is, you're fast. Triple British Touring Car Champion. You've hit the ground running this year. Does this really give the team a great kind of stepping stone for the season ahead?
I hope so. I think we just lacked a little bit of momentum last year. It's really, and it's easy to say, oh well, it's fine. All you need is a good result, and the momentum comes. But it's amazing what a little bit of confidence does. And when you start just kind of building that momentum, it's amazing how it can continue. And that's in all forms of sport, not just motorsport. If you look at, I'm not a massive football fan, but look at Leicester a few years ago going on to win the Premier League. They just rolled off momentum and couldn't kind of fall off that crest of a wave. And it's a little bit the same in motorsport. So, I think Brands is pretty good. I think the team have worked so hard. Every team has. There's been so much to try and get their head around that they've got a couple of weeks now to try and reassess. We know we're going to have to be better at Brands for sure. We need that car to come off the truck in the best possible way so that we can hit the ground running and get more points in the bag, which is the name of the game.
Well, it was a good round one for you. We'll catch up with you after Brands Hatch, and let's hope that smile's still on the face. But Flash, congratulations. Great to see you back on the top step of the podium, and long may it continue.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed.